Today, not doing too much, just getting up my book. So I'm reading or listening to the Talent Code. I've got to do a chapter of that today, get down the key points, and then I'll run you guys through what I thought of it, what I learned, and what I took away from it, because there's no point listening to a book and then putting it away and not taking any notes. So I want to understand what the concept is, because my mentor has set this book for me to listen to, and there's definitely a reason behind it. So going to take those notes, and I'll get back to you on what I think about it and what I've learned. Also, today the other day when I was editing my video for my first time playing, when I played futsal, one of the things that I noticed is that my ball skills aren't that great. I haven't touched a ball in ages, so going to work on that today. Just some simple stuff. I'll run you through some stuff that I might do just to get my touch back for futsal, because there's a few things there like rolling the ball and things like that where I need to work on it if I want to perform there. So that's what I'm going to work on today, later on, but straight into the bookwork.
In the first test, the masters were not seeing it.
Okay, so that finishes the book review. Let's have a look at what I found out. Just watching a football game on now. In chapter 4, we looked at the 3 rules of deep practice. So deep practice is something where you're looking at your mistakes and performing a skill slowly so that you can actually see what you're doing wrong, rather than just going out and practicing for practice. One of the things we looked at here was the HSE, which is the holy effect. And this talks about the disbelief when talent appears out of nowhere. Many players think it's just out of the ordinary that something like this happens, but realistically, like I've said before in another episode, it comes from all these countless hours that professionals or specialists in their field have done in order to reach that level, and all we get is the holy effect. Rule number 1, we looked at chunk it up, looking at absorbing the whole thing as one whole product. So this might be a laces strike at goal. Then we break it down into the key components. So foot beside the ball, striking through straight. And then from there we break it down even more into whatever it may be, where you strike your foot, where you need to strike the ball, how you need to strike it, and all of that stuff. So breaking it down into the smaller components in order to reach that top part, rather than just going, okay, I need to get to this top part, and not looking at this gap to get there. So you're realistically still down here. Rule number 2 is repeat it. One of the points that I got down here is that it is important to not practice too much. If you are not deep practicing, there is no point. So like I've said about this, you need to chunk it up, find out what you're doing wrong, rather than just practicing for the hell of practicing. So that's rule number 2. And rule number 3 is learn to feel it. This is about you learning when you make a mistake and what it feels like and changing it into something better. So one of the things I have down here, deep practice is like a baby trying to walk. So it's really frustrating. You work at it, the more you do it, the quicker you walk. So that's what I got from Talent Code. I'm going to go now and I'm going to do some ball work, because I need to do that because my futsal skills aren't too great. So, gonna go crack on with that. So what I'm going to be working on is, in those clips from my last video, you saw that I lost the ball a couple of times from a roll with the sole of my foot. So I'm going to be practicing that to try and get my ball control back a little bit. A few little exercises, let's see how it goes. Just trying to replicate this as a defender, seeing as I don't have anyone. That's one there where I lose control because I'm going a little bit too fast. Like I said in the book review, I need to slow things down and chunk it. So that's what I'm going to do. That's about all I want to do, not too much. Just wanted to try and get that down. I'll do that before my next futsal game, just to try and get a feel of the ball and just to reinforce the points I'm trying to get. So that went well. By chunking it down into the smaller bits and looking at where I wanted the ball to go and why, I was able to understand what I was doing, which then meant that my ball control was a lot better because I knew where I wanted the ball to go, I knew why I wanted it to go there, and I knew how it would relate to the game, because I think the move I was just doing there is very powerful in a game, especially in futsal, and especially with the players that I'm versing, the Division 7 ones. So very good there. Bit of a rest now. Going to do some of my list work. Actually, no, it is dinner time. I'll do a bit of my list work, I'll edit this video, and then I'm off to bed for an early sleep. Finished off my dinner, ended up watching a bit more football on TV, and that probably wasn't the wisest thing to do. Now I'm just running out of time. It's about 9:30 p.m. and I have to pick my dad up from the airport tomorrow morning, so I have to wake up early for that. And I didn't get much of my list work done. In fact, I haven't got any of it done now. I'm going to spend about 10 or 15 minutes and try and power as many as I can. I'd hope to get 10 at tops, but really wasn't good enough for me. I should have stopped watching football or recorded it and watched it later in the night if I had time. So clearly didn't get my priorities right, didn't get my timing right on my calendar. So one of the things I set was to do the list work at about 8 o'clock, and that was when I had dinner. So didn't get my timing quite right, need to work on that. But the reason I'm up here, the reason I'm back up here, we're going to check out the weather. So this is day 3 after seeing the nutritionist. Let's have a look. 1 second, let me take you off. $61.8, it's okay. When I went to the nutritionist 3 days ago, I weighed 61. So that's actually a pretty good effort. I've been having so much food that I just can't walk. That's going well. Really happy with that. I'm actually stoked. That's a good effort. I'll check myself again tomorrow morning and see how I weigh, just to compare, because when I did it with the nutritionist, it was about... Actually, it wasn't morning. It was 9:15 in the morning. So I just want to see whether it will be the same in the morning compared to the night time, and then decide my real weight. But that's a good effort. That's going to conclude today's vlog. It was really good getting back on that ball, using the deep practice skills that I learned from Talent Code and implementing them into a situation. So I think that went really well with that, understanding the concept of the deep practice and breaking it down into the smaller chunks, and then performing at a bit faster speed so that it's a little bit game realistic. But like I said, I might revisit that during the week. That will be saved for the Friday game. Looking forward to it. Cannot wait. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.